Muhammad Uzair, and you are watching Learn with Uzair. In previous video, we have discussed pipeline and how we can set up pipeline within Power Platform. And one of the way which we have discussed in a previous video is the creation of a personal pipeline using the pipeline host. That was one of the way we can create a pipeline within the Power Platform. But there is another way which we can create a pipeline using custom pipeline host. So in this video, we are going to explore how we can create a custom pipeline host and what are the prerequisites for creating the pipeline host. So let's discuss first of all, the Power Platform administrators can create one or more pipeline, associate any number of environments, and then share the access with those people that have the administrator or they can run the pipelines. So, what are the prerequisites for custom pipeline host? We do need three environments uh, within our tenant, but it can be a four. It is recommended the four environments, but the things but the point is it can be done for with the help of three environments as well. So s- and all the environments which are used in the pipeline must have the dataverse database. And the other point which is that you must have the Power Platform Administrator, Dataverse System Administrator role in order to install the pipeline application, which we will discuss uh, in a in just a few while. And all the target environments, like we do have the source environment, and then we have the target environment, and all the target environment used in the pipeline must be enabled as a managed environment. All right, so this is the prereqs, and let's discuss the environments. So we do need to create at least three environments, but it is recommended to have a four. So in this session, we are going to create three environments. First one, which we requires the most, is the host environment. So this special purpose environment acts as the storage and the management place where all the pipeline configuration, security, and the run history is maintained. So that's we are going to like dedicate this as a host environment where our pipeline run history and every configuration part has been take place. And then uh, all right, so there is a important point. If we create that particular host environment, all right, so if we delete the host environment, that it will delete all the pipelines and the run history data which is within the host environment. So we need to make sure that it has a bigger impact on data and the configuration will be lost. So we need to make sure the access will be given to the required people only. uh, and the second environment which we require is a development environment. So this environment is where you develop your solution, and the pipeline can be run from within any development environment linked to it. So that's the development environment. And then we have the target environment, the destination environment, a pipeline where it deploys to. So for example, it can be the integration testing, UAT, and the production. So yeah, so that's pretty much it, and we are going to use a proper naming convention for all these environments. So as you can see, let's move into some uh, live action. If I'll just check over here, I do have my environment and just a one environment going to show default. So I'll just go I'll just go on the admin center, and we are going to create the environments, required environments. So let's do that. All right, I'll go into manage option, and then I'm going to create a new, and here I'm going to name my environment as an host, and then I'm just making this environment just for a demo purpose. So I'll just make it as a developer type, but it can be as according to your need, and I'll give it next, and here a save. All right, so it is right now running, and it will just create the our environment, the host environment, and right now I'll just create other two as well. The development environment, where we are going to make this that as a source environment, and I'll select developer over here, next, and save. All right, so I'll create another one which will be the production, and just select the type developer, next, and save. All right, so as you can see, my two environments are ready state now, and production one is now in the preparing state. So let's do the configuration. And before the configuration, I'll just need to put a point where right now we are going to install the pipeline application in our host environment. So in order to do that, I'll just click on this host environment. All right, in this host environment, I'm just going to click on the resources dynamic 365 apps, and here you can see all the available apps and the apps which are already installed in this environment. Uh, so we need to install one app which is Power Platform Pipeline. So if I just check it now, I don't have any Power Platform pipeline within here. So I'll just click on the install app, and I'll just move it to the P section where I will find Power Platform. All right, so here we have the Power Platform pipelines. So I'll just select this one and give it a next, and I'll just click on I agree on the terms of service. So here you can see it will install our this app with the publisher Dynamics 365. It's the version, and I'll just click on install. All right, so it is installing right now, as if you can see it is installing. So we'll just wait for a while. Once it is installed, then we will continue. All right. So as we can see that our this app has been installed right now. So if I just go back and I'll just give it a refresh. So I can see that I have three environments. I can see all three environments are there, and within the host environment, if I just go to apps, so here you can see the app deployment pipeline configuration. So it is installed just now, and in this model driven app, basically, we are going to configure our pipelines. So in order to do that, I'll just need to do one more action. So once it this pipeline is installed, this app is installed, then all right. So here in the user section, I'll just go and I need to uh, make sure that the my current user, the user from which I'm going to create the deployment, the pipelines, and from which account I am going to like perform the pipeline activity, perform the deployments. I need to make sure that by clicking on that, I'll just check that out, manage security roles, and by installing that app, we will going to see that it must have created three of the roles, which will be all right. So these are the three new security role which is created when we have installed that app. So in order to perform the deployment, in order to create the the pipeline, we need to make sure that we are going to assign this administrator role, deployment pipeline administrator role, to our user. So I'll just do that. Now you have learned how to configure the custom pipeline host in the Power Platform. So let's go to our app. So I'll just click on play over here. And here you can see that's our pipeline dashboard. You can see the pipeline setup, which consists of environments, and then we have pipelines. And in the deployments, you can see the run history, solution artifacts, and we do have some settings which contain security teams and advanced settings. So let's go to environment, and now we are going to configure the deployment pipeline. In order to do that, we need to create a deployment environments. One will be the source environment and others will be the target environment. In order to create a new deployment environment, just click on new, and here I am going to write the development environment. So I am going to this create a deployment environment record for my development environment. So I'll just write the development, and here I am going to select the development environment. And now the main important part, which I need to configure the environment ID. So in order to do that, I'll just go on environment development, and from here above in the link I'll just copy the ID and go back over here. I'll just paste it over here and just give it a save. As you can see now, the validation status is in the pending state. If I'll just give it a refresh, you can see it is now success. So our development site has been configured. Now it's time to configure the production environment. Now it's going to be the target environment, and we'll do the same for getting the production environment ID. Alright, as you can see, my production environment is also configured and the validation status is now success. Alright, our environments has been configured. Now it's time to create a pipeline. So in order to do that, I'll just go in pipelines, create a new one, and here I'm going to give my uh, pipeline name as in deployment pipeline v 1.0. You can give your own name as well, but I'll just give, to make it just a simple a proper naming convention, I'll just giving a deployment pipeline v 1.0, and I'll just give it a save for now. Alright, once it is saved, now you have this grid of linked development environments. So we have already created the development environment record in our environments. So in order to just link the development environment here, I'll just click on three dots, add existing deployment environment. And from here, I will select my development environment and give it an add. And as you can see, my development environment is now in this grid. And in order to give the production environment where it's going to deploy it, we need to set up some stages for deployment. So in order to do that, we can create the deployment stage from the grid in the bottom as well, and as you can see there is another tab as well. So if I click over here, I can see my new deployment stage, and here we do have, right now there is none. I'll just create a new one, and this stage what it will do, it will use my pipeline, and from the development environment I'm going to deploy my solution from development to production. So I'll give this stage, deployment stage, the name of dev to production. And what my target deployment environment ID is, I'll just click on here. And you can see I do have the production one which I can select, so I'll just select it from here. Just to keep things simple, here are some options. You can configure pre-deployment steps required, and we do have previous deployment stage which I will discuss after once we have completed the deployment stage. This is deployment stage. So for now, I'll just give it a save. And here our dev to production deployment stage is configured. So I'll just go back. And as you can see, our deployment stage is now in the grid. So our pipeline is now has been configured. So in order to check that, I'll just go into my development environment, and from the solution, right now I don't have any solution within my development environment, but I can create a new one. I will just give it a event registration. For now, I'll just keep this publisher as default publisher, and I'll just click on create, and it will create my solution. So in this demo, I'll just show a simple procedure how you can a simple solution. I have just created a simple solution. Within this solution, I'll just create a simple canvas app. So the method will be the same for your solution. Right now, I will just create a new canvas app for now, and it will be the event app, and I'll just click on create. I'll just create I believe the form would be fine, and I will select the account table. Alright, so account table has been added as data source. Alright, I'm fine with it. I'll just give it a save, and I'll publish the app for now. So once it is saved, I will click on publish this version. So it is done, and I'll just go back, leave my app. It is closing, and over here I can see my app is added in the solution. So just for demo purpose, I do have only one app, but for your real world scenario, it might contains multiple apps as well, multiple agents, multiple flows, and obviously it would have multiple tables as well. And yes, so for now, to make it simple, but the things for single app, or you do have multiple apps, multiple flows, multiple tables, the thing would be the implementation which I have done for the, I have configured the pipeline, the steps would be the same. So for now, let's do the deployment of this. solution. In order to do that, I'll click on this three lines over here, and from here I will select the pipeline. So in pipelines, as you can see, I do have my pipeline, which is the pipeline which I recently created. And here you can see the stage from development, my source environment, to staging, deployment stage, which what this stage will do, move my solution from dev to production. So I'll just click on deploy here, and you can see we do have multiple deployment types, deployment schedule. So you can schedule this deployment as well. For instance, if I want to schedule it for some other day, for Saturday, for suppose for 4 October. So I can do that. I can select the time as well. But for to as I'm going to deploy it for now, I'll just click on now and next. Uh, as you can see, it is validating my solution. Now, as you can see, this contains every detail within for our solution, and it has the version over here, and the deployment note, which is as you can see, AI generated content. It You can make some changes in the deployment note as well, but this is AI generated content. All right, so I'll just keep it simple, and I am happy with that. I'll just click on deploy. So it is deploying solution, and as you can see, our deployment has been running now. All right. As you can see, our deployment has been completed and it has a successful run, and it has given us the time as well, date and time when it is last deployed. So if I just click on the go to this environment, so that would be our, I guess, the production one. So yeah, so that's a production environment. If I just go to solutions and in the managed, all right, so here I can see our event registration solution has been like deployed, and within this solution I do have my app as well. All right, so in this way you can like deploy your complete solution which contains if I just go back over here, I just go on the overview, just back on the solution, click on solution, event registration. So right now I have only one canvas app, but I can also add my power pages side over here, create new model driven app, create an agent, add all the components of the agent. I can create a security role table as well. So I can add everything within my solution. And for deploying, I'll just go to the deployment part and just click over here, and it will do everything. It will just check all, it will just make sure that everything has been deployed to from development to production, or you can say the deployment stage which we have configured. So to check this deployment out, I'll just go over here and just give it a refresh. And on the history run, as you can see, we do have the this run which is successful run, and right now we do have this time as well. This has taken at least 4 minutes, I guess. Yeah, so it taken place on 3:30 and it has completed its action on 3:34. So yeah, that's how you can deploy your solution from dev environment to production using this custom pipeline host. All right, so what's the difference between the personal pipeline which we using the platform host and the pipeline which we have created using the custom pipeline host? So the main difference, like that uses the personal one uses only three environments, so it contains the source one and two targets environments. All right, but this the custom pipeline host, it, it can be extended, and in order how you can extend these, you will add deployment stages. Right now I do have only the production environment, but if you do have the UAT environment, you'll just create a new stage, and here you will give def to UAT, and then the another stage will be the UAT to production. So that will be your multiple stages, and then you can configure the previous stage, like for suppose you're creating the deployment stage, and the previous for the production one is the UAT. If you have already created the UAT stage, so you can select the UAT stage as well. So this the pipeline using the custom pipeline host is extendable. All right, and another part, this pipeline can be shared with other users as well. In order how you can do that, you can just click on here share, and here you can share the any to specific user you want to, like user as well, team as well. So you can share this pipeline with with some other people as well. But in the personal pipeline which we have created in the last video, that cannot be shared. It cannot be extended, it cannot be shared, and it cannot be. It is limited to the three environments only. So that's pretty much it. We have covered it all regarding the pipeline using the custom host. So, if you find this video helpful, just give it a like, comment in the section below, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I will see you in the next one.